Okay, this podcast is going over the LED show message or local weather IoT project. Here's a video of the one of the projects, finished projects, saying hello RVCIOT class and scrolling on LED. So the parts you need for the project is the LED module. It comes with a male-to-male wire, should be 5 wires, and I've already reset the photon, which we'll go over in a second, how that's connected. This one's connected a little bit different than prior ones. We will be using a breadboard, but we won't be putting the photon on the breadboard this week. So you need a particle photon, the module I just showed you, the LED module, 5 male to male wires. It should come in the package you received for this project. And again, the optional battery shield if you wanted to use it in the future, but for this class, you don't need it. I've already done step 1 on setting up Wi-Fi and resetting photon. The wire connections on the sensor and the photon are such. The VCC pin on the sensor is the VIN, is white. The white wire, the ground on the pin on the sensor is ground black on the photon. The DIN pin on the sensor is going to the D3 or the gray wire. The CS pin on the sensor is going to the D2 pin or the burgundy wire. And then the CLK is going to the D1, the blue wire. So to set up the hardware, first thing is you have to set up the wire into the LED. And I'll show you a closer up image in just a second. But the one on GitHub here is a really close one anyway. So it's from this perspective here, plugged in, it's the white, black, gray, burgundy, and blue in that order. And again, it's covering all of the VCC, the ground, the DIN, the DS, the CS, and the CLK. You'll also see on the bottom of the sensor are those letterings I just referred to on the sensor itself. I'm going to point it out a little bit better here, maybe. And I'll do it again when we go close up. Boom. All right. So right here, the corresponding pins will have written on there the corresponding letters, which is VCC, ground, DIN, CS. So the white will have on the underneath of the LED module that I just showed you. You'll have VCC on there. Then the next one is ground, GND. DIN is the next one. CS is the next one. And then CLK. So plug in the 4 wires here, or 5 wires here. And then you'll plug in the other 5 into the photon. So it's not going to plug into the breadboard this week. It's going to plug in actually into the photon. So again, the picture is a lot better here because I have arrows on it and everything. But with the photon upside down and the power port faced this way, you've got the VIN white, the ground black, the D1 blue, the D2 burgundy, and the D3 is the gray. The way you're going to set it in the case here is The LED module will rest over the top of the breadboard with a piece of tape, a couple pieces of tape, piece of tape on the wire here, and then a piece of tape here on the photon. It's facing the outside of the plastic case on the corner with the USB port facing this way. And you can have one piece of tape here uh, putting it together. So I'm going to go ahead and do that on mine real quick. And then I will show you that. And I'm going to use a document camera here, even though we're going to do the blink app here in a second. So you can see where I'm at right now. Let me get rid of that one for now. And I'm going to blow up the document camera where we can see a little better. Okay, so the way I have mine right now is I have, again, nothing real fancy. We just want the tape in there to where it kind of stays in there. So I've got a couple pieces of tape here and here. I've got tape going down on the wire here. And I got one piece of tape on the bottom of the photon with the port, the power port is actually facing out this way, facing in the case actually. And I just have one piece of tape there at the bottom. Again, you can put more if you want to, but that should suffice what we need. And I'm going to go ahead and plug it in here. So I'm going to plug it in. I'll bring the document camera back now. And let's go full screen. So as you can see, the LED is fully lit up. The blinking, the blue blinking is what we do each week for the LED blink. But you'll know it's set up correctly, by the way. All the wires are connected correctly. You should see all red on the LED. Every light should be lit up in red. Is how you're going to know it's working or connected correctly. Okay. So I'm going to disconnect that and bring back the iPhone screen. And we are going to be using the Blink app, so I'm going to fire that up. We'll go to that in a second. So in the Blink app, which we've done this last week for our last module that we did, last project. So the same as we did last week, basically, we're going to take and I'm going to tap on where it says new project. And let me make the screen a tad bit bigger for us here. And I don't want a new project, sorry. I want to tap on the QR code. And then we're going to put the QR camera over this. Okay. And tap anywhere on the screen. And then the octagon, same as last week. Then go down to the LED. It's actually the devices. And we're going to go to the LED that's in there right now and rename it to your IoT device. Mine is Conkle IoT. Done. Then leave the other two alone. It is Photon, it is Wi-Fi. We're going to hit refresh and then email. Now we'll go to our email. There it is. And the one that just came in is the one we want. I'm going to leave that there for now. I'll go ahead and copy it and bring it into notes. There we go. Excuse me. So that's all we need to do for the Blink for right now. Then we're going to create a in fact, on the Blink app, what you can do is just click the OK button and then click the back arrow here and then click OK and then just let it sit there. We'll come back to that in a little bit. Right, then we got to create a weather hook. When you click on this link here, you want to sign up with your Gmail, your Gmail account you set up. Once you sign up, you're going to check your inbox that you did sign up. You'll have to verify, like I did here. Verify your email. Once you verify your email, it's then going to send you a API key. You'll need to copy that. And I'll just leave that in the email for now because I'll come back to it. When you sign up for the openweatherapp.org, it's at the top of the webpage where you sign up. It just takes a minute to sign up. And it takes another minute to get the API once you click on that you verify your emails is a real email address. Then we're going to create a custom template in integration and particle. Before we do anything, though, this copy text, the text link here, if you'll right click and open a new tab, we want to highlight from the left bracket to the right bracket, and we're going to copy that code. Then we're going to click on the integrations. let's right click on the integrations, open a new tab. And I'm going to get rid of the one I have in here. I'm creating a new one. So let's create a new integration. Webhook. Webhook crest is JSON. And custom template. We'll highlight everything in there and paste. And then we're going to have to get our API from the email from the Open Weather app. So there's mine right there. I'm going to copy it, bring it over to Particle, paste it in there. So you'll notice in the API, it's calling the weather from Rockford, US, and it's using the API. Imperial meaning it's going to give us not only the time, or not only the temperature, but also the forecast. So go ahead and click Create Webhook. All right, then we're going to create the Particle app. The Particle app is going to need and require Blink library and this LED matrix. Copy the entire string LED matrix to the max 7221. That's the exact library needed for the module that we're using. And what this code is doing, basically, like we did last week, we'll have to put our Blink code in there. It also has in there some default text for the text that we'll send back and forth to the module. Because the way this module works is the sensor, you can send either text to the sensor and it'll display it on the LED, or you can tap a button to display the weather. So text or weather. And you can do it all from the Blink app. So if you scroll down and click on this where it says app, get app code, click here. I want to click the copy this app button. And then we'll need to get our Blink code that was generated. I know I copied it. I want to make sure I got the right one. Okay, put our Blink code in there, in between the quotes. And then let's save it. Not done yet. We need to add in the two libraries. This library here, the LED Matrix 7219 Max 7221. We'll go to the libraries, click on it, include in project, and then select the one that you just added. Go, and then we have to add another library, which is Blink, BLY. Here it is. Include in this project, select your project. Now we'll go ahead and verify. Compiling. And it's been verified. All right, so I'd like you to see this in real time here before I compile this, because it's going to show up on the LED. There we go. So that's the default message, which is the temperature. Okay. And what I want to make sure that you can see is it's showing the temperature right now, Rockford temperature. What I'm going to do basically is send it to text message. And now it's going to show a message that I typed. That's the default message that's in the app. Hello RVCIOT class. I'm going to change it to something different. All right, so let's see if it changed it. And again, you're remoting into the LED IoT with the Blink app, and it's toggling in between. Now it's on text. If I tap temp button, it's going to show the current temp. I'll go zoom in a little bit. So to recap, we set up the 5 wires that came with the module into the case. Over here first, then onto from here to the pins on the photon, the corresponding pins. Then we flashed it. Before we flashed it, though, we set up the Blink app, set up the Weather app API, and then using the Blink app, we can toggle back and forth between text and weather. And that completes the weather app and the text app, sending a message, showing a message, or local weather to an LED.